Hi, my friends. So today we're going to look at a quick and easy way to clone your drive using the hardware method. We know there are tons of software options out there. A lot of them are paid options these days. You have stuff like the EaseUS, you have Macrium, you have Acronis, Clonezilla, just a bunch of them. On my screen, I have 4D Dig, I have Mini Tools Partition. But today we're going to look at a hardware version, and this is the Wavelink USB 3.0 and USB-C to SATA dual bay external hard drive docking station. And this is for 3.5 or 2.5 inch HDD SSD, and this is fast. This is up to 6 Gbps. Supports offline cloning. So basically, that's what I'm going to look at today. This one that I have in hand is a slightly different from the one online, but online, as you can see, you can get them for as little as $28.99. That would be about $40 Canadian. So today, let's have a look at the Wavelink USB 3.0 HDD cloning hardware option. So first off, just do a flip at the back and you see what's there. You just have a USB connector that's similar to the ones that would be in your printer, and that would connect to your computer if you are using this as a docking station. If you're strictly using this to clone disk to disk, you don't need that option, and that's what I'm going to do today. So you plug it into power. You've got your rocker switch. So I'm going to turn that off because to set this up, you don't need to have it on. Now, over here, we've got some of the drives that I've cloned in the past and similar drive that I've used. One thing, the major thing to know here is that when you're cloning, you can't go from a smaller drive to a larger drive. You need to go from a large drive, say 1 terabyte to 1 terabyte, or from say 1 or 2 terabyte to a smaller drive. Say you're going from 1 terabyte to 512, are you going from one are you going from 2 terabyte to 1 terabyte? So just to bring you up a little closer to see what's going on here, if you look at this, you notice you have a source and a target. So the source would be, what is it, the disk that will contain the information that you want to copy. And I'll press this down to show you that this, just without pressing this, you can accept the smaller 2.5 disk or your SATA inside there. If I can get it, yep, you've got your port, your SATA port. Same with this one out there down here, which would be your destination or your target. So let's grab a big old drive, 3.5, huge, not in quantity of this space, but huge in terms of the size and the form factor. Yes, it can accept this. You just stick this down there, press it in place, and it's secure. So this is a terabyte. So with this option, I could copy over to a 5. Sorry, I couldn't copy over to a 5. I could not copy over to a 512, but I could copy or duplicate to a 1 terabyte. So let's do that. So that's in my source. Stick this in my target, or you could call it source or destination. Same thing. Then I'm going to press my rocker switch. So I'll flip it around so you can see. So right now it's on 0, which is off. I'm going to press it to on. Switch it back around. Already it's clocking up, and it's going to recognize the drives. So it's going to recognize it, and it's going to show you source and destination and target. So there we go. Source highlighted. Let me see if I can, get you a better shot. So this is illuminated, and the target is illuminated, and the source is illuminated. This particular drive, our docking station, it came with some documentation, but I'm telling you, wasn't very straightforward. But after reading up online and reviewing the documentation, I've come up with how you can get this to work effectively. So the first thing, once it's recognized and you've got your source and your target illuminated, you're going to press and hold this center port, not the center, but towards the bottom. Press and hold it until it starts flickering right across. Then you release it and then you press again quickly. Then it should start recognize it. Maybe I didn't press long enough. I'm going to press a little longer. So I'm going to start it right over. I release it and then I press and hold just a little bit. Then I let go. So what happened the first time, I pressed it too quickly. So after you pressed it and it shows blue right across, you release it and you press and hold for maybe about 5 seconds, even less than 5 seconds. But what I did there initially, I pressed and released right away. So you don't want to do that. So even though I'm using it for a while, sometimes it happens like that. But it's not difficult. Like you see, I just corrected myself. I pressed and hold for a few more seconds, release, and now it starts to show you that it's actually in the process of transferring your information. On the to do a 1 terabyte, I have found this to take even upwards of an hour. So don't be rushing to want to do it. You won't get this done in half an hour. The more data you have on it, the longer it will take. So that might be one of the downside, is that it's not extremely fast. And again, it depends on what you're working with. If you're working with an older hard disk drive like this one, and you're transferring to the SSD, the older hard disk drive is going to be your bottleneck, right? If you're going, say, from an SSD to an SSD, then you will be faster. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful and you can consider this as an option that you can use in the future. If you have any questions, put them down below and I'll be sure to answer. Remember too, let me stick this in, that you can also use the USB adapter, plug it in, and just use this as a docking station. Just use it to recognize your drive. Let's say after you clone a drive, you just want to keep the original and you want to, for whatever reason, transfer it to another machine. You would have access when you plug in the USB cable, and I'll show you what that cable looks like. So there goes. So that's the one end. It looks like the old printer connector that will plug into the back, and that's the other end that will plug into your laptop or your desktop. Okay, so have a great day, and until next time, see you.